Welcome back to the podcast. So we have another great topic. It's just me and Mikey again. Lucas ended up sleeping in. So take it away, Mike.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Tanner, thank you for having me. We just finished wrapping up a podcast previously, and Tanner was telling me a story about his brother, how he was getting involved in the family business. And Tanner said that his brother wants to make money. And I said, well, Tanner, this could be a good topic. And I asked him, well, what's the difference between wanting to do something because you're passionate about it, what's the difference between wanting to make money and doing it for the money?
Wanting to make money and doing it for the money.
Yeah. So what's the difference?
I think the difference is we actually did a little research on this before we got started.
Of course.
So doing it for the money, you don't really care about the work. You just care about the paycheck. And wanting to make money, you care about the result and also value financial success. So I think doing it for the money is maybe, let's say last summer I worked at Psycho Bunny and I was just doing a job. I didn't really care about the brand. I didn't care about retail. I didn't care about the customers. I was just doing it for the paycheck. And then wanting to make money, I mean, I feel like I enjoy doing modeling. I enjoy doing that and the money comes with that. So I think that's more long-term. What do you think? But I would rather want to make money and do something I enjoy.
100%. So I totally agree with what you said, and definitely doing something because doing it for the money and wanting to make money. If you just want to make money, but you're passionate about it, it's what gets you out of bed, right? And the work, like you said, it's purposeful, it's meaningful, and it doesn't feel like work. Like, does modeling feel like work to you?
It doesn't really. I mean, it's kind of, I have these really cool experiences. I meet really cool people, and it is work because if you don't show up, then it's wrong. Like, you need to let them know if you don't show up or you can't show up sick. So it is a job at the end of the day. Like, you're the client. Well, you're not the client, you're the talent, and you need to do what they say. You can't, I don't know, you're kind of like the model. And you're like, for the Ron John, I was doing all these different types of shoots, and it was a job. Like, I got there really early. I ended up working like a whole day. I think it was 8 to 10 hours. But I enjoy it. That's the thing. Like, I enjoy it. And then I ended up getting a nice check at the end, which is pretty cool. But I do it for the experiences.
Of course. And that's just like I was just going off of course, there's work that goes into any job that you do. You got to prepare for these shoots and to get where you are. You definitely put the work in 100%. But I was just going to say, like, it doesn't feel like work to you. And that goes hand in hand because it's purposeful, it's meaningful. And I guess it aligns with what you like to do and your goals. So another thing I would like to say is, doing it for the money, you do value financial success, but that's not the only type of success, right? You could run a nonprofit, maybe like the YMCA or another type
like
of
what we're doing now, the podcast.
Yeah. Or like what we're doing now. Like it's a nonprofit, right? But it's aligned with your goals and you like doing it. Like, I like doing this podcast with you and talking and getting deep with you. And people that do nonprofit, maybe they just want to do it because they want to make a difference and they're not doing it for the money. Like we said, they're doing it for an outcome.
I think the best thing for people to do, if you have enough financial freedom to do it, is find a job or find a hobby that will better yourself, that will help you better yourself in your life as well. So like, we do the podcast, we don't make any money from it, but we're building a closer friendship with me and you. We're building better communication skills, and it'll carry out into our life. And same thing with the modeling. If I wasn't doing modeling, I would have no reason to be skinny right now. The modeling keeps me in check fitness-wise. It keeps me in check with my health, keeps me in check with my acne on my face, everything. So I think that jobs or hobbies or activities that you can carry into the real world and into your lifestyle are the best things to do for you.
Definitely. And like, I mean, you shouldn't be motivated by a paycheck 100%. Of course, you got to keep the lights on. You got to put food on the table. But if you can definitely have financial freedom and then you can branch out into doing something that you truly love, I mean, you'll just have a more fulfilled life and you'll get so much farther because you'll be more dedicated to it than someone that's just purely motivated by the money.
So let's flip to the other side. Let's say you were doing it for the money and you had your 9-to-5 job, like you're doing that. You're doing Eddie V's and you're. I think you're doing it for the money and for the experience because you might meet someone who could take you from here to here. Is that also why you're doing it? You think for the connections?
Yeah, definitely, 100%. I agree with that. Yeah, definitely.
So my question was, how long will you, let's say you didn't like working at Kiki's, how long would you stick with it just for the paycheck until you would get burnt out?
Yeah, I was silly gonna ask that question, but I like that question. I think, yeah, I mean, you'll just get sick and tired of getting sick and tired, and you'll definitely reach your breaking point no matter what it is. Someone's going to piss you off the wrong way and you won't be able to work through it really. And you won't be able to just stay there. I feel like if you really love something, you'll show up, you'll be there no matter what, and you'll work through whatever comes your way because you love it so much.
So how long would you stick through it?
I mean, that just depends. I mean, I think it's personal. For me personally, I mean, that kind of sounds miserable just doing something straight for the money. But I mean, I feel like until you get another opportunity, maybe another job that pays more money, I would say that.
That's good. So you do it if you really have nothing else going for you?
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, my thing I hate is living Groundhog's Day, doing the same thing over and over. So I don't know how long I could stick through it, but if I needed the money, I'll stick through it as long as it takes for me or for my family.
I feel like, to get on your feet.
Yeah. So I think, I don't know. So it's a deep question.
I feel like it goes back to financial freedom. Maybe like if you're in debt and you're just doing straight for the money, I need 2 jobs right now. I got to get out of debt immediately. Maybe I need a car or something like that. Then you're going to do it until you get out of this debt. And maybe you have a little bit of a stockpile. And then after that, then you look for something else that is more fulfilling to you.
You know what I relate this to?
What?
I relate this to Squid Games because, yes, because these people, they're in debt. They have no money. They go down this, they go to this like weird place to play these children games and they think they're just playing the children games and they don't know that they're going to die. So after the first game, the red light, green light, there's a vote. I don't know if you've seen Squid Games. There's a vote. People want to continue the game or stop the game. And I think that the people who want to continue the game, they don't like playing these children games. They don't like almost dying throughout, like after the game, but they need it. They need the money. So I think that, I don't know, in my mind, that's just what I thought of. I think it could go back to how long do they want to suffer until they're like, I've had enough.
Yeah. That's just a super like ethical dilemma for Squid Game. But I mean, you can relate it to life. Like, how long do you want to do this before you're totally miserable and people can pick up on that? 100%. But I have a question since we're on this topic.
What's up?
All right, Tanner. So let's say you got your own company, right? And I think, I mean, both situations, I feel like long run, if you have the passion, then the money will come, right? But let's say you, Tanner, right? You're running your own company and you got 2 resumes in front of you and you like do 2 interviews and you can tell like one person's like truly passionate, that they have a lot of passion to work with you in the company, and one just straight up wants to do it for the money. Who'd you hire and why?
Well, I feel like that's a given answer. You want to hire the one that's passionate. I mean, what's the catch? I mean,
like, well, like actually, let's say no, it's just like one person, right? Let's say like you're really short staffed and you want to just hire someone, I mean, that wants to do it for the money, I guess. Or would you like wait until you have the right person that's like super passionate?
I feel like everybody does it for the money. I
Yeah.
mean, who doesn't, honestly?
Mhm.
Like, my goal is to create the mental health platform, Buddy Path. And of course, I want to do it for the money, but at the same time, I care for the people that I will be helping because I was in their shoes at one point. So I think that everybody wants to do it for the money. But if that's your primary only reason, then I don't think that they're the right person for my company.
I agree. And you're doing it for the wrong reasons if it's totally straight up money.
Unless I run like a retail company and like I got like I did, like Psycho Bunny, then I wouldn't really give a shit.
Yeah, exactly.
What about you?
Yeah. I mean, definitely. Like if I'm short staffed, I'll hire really just anyone that's qualified for the position. But if I want to hire, like maybe promote someone to a manager, I'm going to find the person that's the most passionate about the company, someone that's super driven, and then promote them. Cause I know they're going to stay with me long term. They're loyal, they're committed, they have all of the right qualities, they check all the boxes. That's what I would do.
That's a good answer. So it really depends on the position you're hiring them at.
I agree.
Because a higher position, you want them to have the same goals as you. But if it's a lower position, like a salesperson or something like that, then I feel like them wanting it for the money could be better.
Yeah, I 100% agree. If it's entry level, it doesn't really matter. But if it's, long term, then it's passion driven because at the end of the day, like, I mean, when we get older, we're going to want to sell our companies. If I start a company, right, and I want someone to share the same values as me, and when you're training someone, you kind of want to train them to be better than yourself. Because when the day comes that when you leave, and like this is also goes back to parenting, right? Like with your son, like you kind of want to give them like what you never had and like share experiences with them, like what you could have done better. So that's kind of the route I would go with my employee, because I want them to run it one day.
That's a really good answer. I mean, let's take Eddie V's, for example. I think that if you're hiring a server or a food runner, I think that you should want them to want it for the money because they'll treat the customer better. They'll treat the people around them better because they want a good tip. So I think that could be a good motivator. But if you're hiring for a manager or someone who oversees like a supervisor, I think they should want it like the same goals as you. So it really depends on the position.
Exactly. 100% agree with that.
Yeah. So let's say, would you still take this Eddie V's job if you didn't get paid for the first 2 weeks or didn't get paid for like the first 4 weeks?
Most likely not, because it wasn't like a serving position, and I kind of needed the money like at least 2 weeks, at least within 2 weeks. But I mean, that's what I would say. But I mean, I have a question. What's the difference between ambition versus obsession? Because someone could be ambitious about trying to make money, but if you're truly obsessed with something that you do, like the money, like I said, the money will come and follow. So what's the difference between that?
Well, define both for me really quick.
So I think obsession is just throwing all of your energy and all of your attention into something. Maybe it's your company and it's a little foundling and it's like your baby, right? So everything you do is just for this company. It's what makes you get out of bed, right? And then ambitious is it's just you're motivated by something. Could be just by this paycheck that you don't put everything into it. I would say you could put more into it, but you're holding yourself back from it.
So ambitious is putting your eggs in a few baskets and obsession is putting everything in one.
Yeah.
I think like for me right now, I can be ambitious about modeling. I don't have to be obsessed because I don't have to give up everything to do this. But if I started Buddy Path, And that took a lot of my time. I feel like I would have to be obsessed with it to learn everything about it, to run that company. So I really think it depends on what you're doing and how much time you have on your hands, like if you have financial freedom or not. So, but I think it's good to be obsessed with something if that's your number one priority.
Yeah.
Like for my fight, I was obsessed with training. I needed to beat this guy. I could not lose. So I was obsessed with training every single day. If I looked at that as a side thing, if I was just ambitious about it, if I was like, I enjoy it, but it's not my number one focus, then I feel like that
you would have got your ass kicked. Yeah, exactly. And then I would say, if you had to ask yourself and be honest, which one are you right now and why? Like, yeah.
I think I'm ambitious right now. I would say, because there's nothing that I would be super obsessed with. I mean, I think I do a bunch of stuff, a little bit of everything right now. But I think soon I will be upset. I mean, when I have a shoot coming up for modeling, I am obsessed. I am obsessed with my diet. You know that. I'm obsessed with my working out or how much I sleep. I go to bed super early. I get obsessed. So I say, right this second, I'm ambitious about everything I'm doing. But when it comes to it, I need to be obsessed. What about you?
Like, I was like one more question. Like, now, are you like, purely driven by money, or are you just, what do you say? Like, you're doing it for a purpose, like what you do.
I'm driven by purpose, man. Yeah. I mean, purpose comes first before everything.
100%.
You need to find your purpose. I mean, a lot of people are at college because they have nothing else to do. And if they weren't at college, like they would just be at home doing nothing, having no purpose.
Yeah.
Like me and you have seen it from someone. Like we've seen what no purpose looks like. And it's sad. Even if you have a job, you could still have no purpose.
100%.
So I think that you need purpose.
That's why you should get a job with purpose. But I'll answer like the questions. Like, I think being ambitious is a great quality to have, no matter what, if it's with work or if it's with, a sport or whatever. It's super good. It's just a great quality to have. Everyone loves being ambitious people, being by around them, people that are driven by results, stuff like that. I would say I'm ambitious right now. I wouldn't say I'm obsessed. And then like for the paycheck, I would say I'm doing it with a purpose. I would say I like what I do. I've been at the same job for about 3 years. I'm a server at my other job. And I love it. And I just want to share like this one story. Like I was serving yesterday. I come up to this table, right? And they say, "Wow, you look really happy to be here." And I said, "Wow, thank you. I'm really happy to be here. I'm blessed. I love this job. I can't complain." And they're like, "You could, but you're choosing not to." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, exactly." But, I mean, I would say that, yeah. And like you said, like you could have a job without purpose, but it's just, I don't know, you feel miserable, through that time.
This kind of goes back to energy. I feel like let's say my trainer Birdman, I've never seen him in a bad mood. He's always smiling. He's always happy. And when I'm around him, I start smiling and I'm happy. So I think it's good to always, even if you're not happy right now, even if you're going through a tough time, just fake it till you make it. Honestly, it goes back to that topic.
Yeah.
Fake your happiness and you will be happy. I promise.
You will.
So I think
that's great that Birdman keeps that positive mind, or like that attitude, because it rubs off on you and it's infectious. And I like people like that you want to be around him and you become better by being around him. And then the thing about purpose, if you just live your life with purpose and you're intentional with every act, it'll pay off in such massive dividends, and you'll be just farther than a lot of people that don't do that. That just kind of, I guess, live day by day without a plan.
Have you ever went through a time where you lived day by day without a plan?
Yeah, basically at FSU.
Really?
I didn't have a job. I kind of woke up whenever, and I didn't like it. I wasn't really happy. I'm a lot happier now. I mean, I'm with, talking with you right now, but I mean, I was, hanging out with you a lot now, and my friends down here. I got a job. I got structure back in my life, and definitely I'm more purposeful now. Yeah. Yeah, purposeful now.
So I think we're like, before we get to the end, I think we both took from this that you need a balance of purpose and profit to succeed. You need to do something that you want to do and gives you purpose, makes you wake up in the morning, gets you going, gets you excited. And then you also want to make money while you're doing that. Right?
100%. Yeah. I think for what's running a company, there's the 3 P's: purpose, profit, and for people. And if you just balance all of those together, then you're going to be super successful with your company. You're going to live life with purpose, and you're going to have great connections with the people that you do business with.
Damn. I only ever heard of that before. That was good.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So what's your biggest take from this podcast? Shorter episode, but I think we got everything out.
Shorter episode, but I liked it. I enjoyed it. I felt, it was smooth. I would say, guys, definitely look at what you can do to add more purpose into your life. Purpose is super meaningful. Try to find a job that aligns with your purpose, and it'll never feel like it's truly a day of work at all. And that's just amazing, because you can jump out of bed and go into work with a smile on your face. And like I said, like I was serving, man, people can tell when you move with purpose, if you're truly happy, people can see through it if you're just kind of doing it for the money and I don't really give a shit. I'm just here for the paycheck. I don't really care. I mean, like with my job, I feel like I'm making like a difference in people's lives. Like, I mean, like, cause like, all right, I was at like Eddie V's, right? And what the guy said, like, really struck a chord with me. Like, he's a great speaker, right? So he's like, man, you could be serving or like taking care of someone for like the last time, like could be like their last birthday. It's kind of like sad or like depressing, but like, but you want to leave them with like such a lasting memory. And it's just like, or they could be having like a really shitty day and you could turn their whole day around. So that's kind of like how I approach it. And I feel like I'm a really positive person. People pick up on that and I can rub off on them. So I feel like, man, just move with purpose.
That was a great example. That was a great story.
Yeah,
I mean, that was a really good take from the podcast.
Thank you.
And I also learned a lot, because I want to go back to whatever you do in your life, I think you should also apply it to something that builds your character. Because like we're doing the podcast, you're doing Eddie V's and you're learning so much without realizing it. Yeah. And even with my modeling, I'm meeting people, I'm going through these experiences, and everything keeps making me build character. Everything keeps making me more outgoing. When I get in certain situations, I know how to figure it all out. So I'll end it with just find something that builds your character.
I'll add one more thing.
Go for it. It's all good.
All right. So I would say, do I know what my purpose is 100% right now? I would say no. I'd say I'm still figuring it out. But I would say you might not know what your purpose is, but like, you might ask yourself, like, what do you want your purpose to be, right? I've been in the service industry, service industry for a long time, right? And I've come to realize that my purpose is I wanted to involve helping people. Because when you help someone, they will help you along the way. It could be a tip, but again, I'm not doing it for the tip, right? Like I would say, like, I want to just help people and really make a difference. And I like just meeting people and just like being friendly with people. Like, I would say that, like, so I would say, I don't know what my purpose is, but I want it to be helping other people. So I would just say, guys, what do you want the foundation of your purpose to really be to one day achieve that purpose?
We'll end it right there. That was well said. Yeah. Amazing. That'll be a reel.
Thank you.
But make sure you guys like and subscribe. This is 2 great podcasts I did with Mikey. If you guys didn't watch the last one, check it out. So nice talking with you.
Yeah.
See you later.
Yeah. See ya.